Even Chris Froome had no response to Alberto Contador today. For the last couple of years, he's looked a shadow of himself, but Contador has shone on this Vuelta, and finally he takes the stage victory.
It's about how much time Richard Carapaz can take. What is the gap going to be? He crosses it at 2:34. So Primož Roglic now has got 45 seconds to get there. Primož Roglic saves La Vuelta by around 19-20 seconds.
21%, it really is a hurt zone this. Nibali hits it once again. Now can he? Don't forget, he's just got to find 3 seconds here. 4 if he can. Away and Nibali goes once more in the cloud. Oh, it's almost reminiscent of his job on the Giro d'Italia. Out almost the camera, and has Nibali been taken out here as well?
No,
I don't think there was any contact with anybody. It's just gone pop. Here is Horner. What a performance by this man. As we say, 20 years separating the man who's won the stage and the man who quite possibly has just won the Vuelta. 200 metres. This is going to feel like party time. And the grimace turns into a huge grin. And the clock, watch it when he crosses the line, because this is the crucial timings. He gets the bonus as well, don't forget. There is Chris Horner. Has he just done it for the old guard?
Welcome Between Two Wheels podcast. We're doing stage 3 of the 2025 Vuelta a España 80th edition. Stage 3, San Maurizio Canavese to Ceres. 134.6 kilometers. It sounds Italian. It is Italian because they are still in Italy, and we will go to the official route. So you can take a look here. Boom, here they are up in the north. Look, there's Spain here, and then there's France, and then over here is Italy. Boom, way over there. Why are they doing this? I don't know. It's cool terrain, and then as we said, it's all going to be a northern part of Spain for this year's race. Exciting day we had today. Exciting day. Here's the profile. Take a look at this profile, and we talked about it a little bit yesterday, and it was just like, okay, Jasper Philipsen could get there. And then watching the stage today, you're like, I don't know. This is going to be something, and it's a slog up. It looks like, oh, it's a climb, but it's a Cat 4, and it's long up to the finish, and then it's twisty, and you're like, okay, I don't know if Philipsen, and remember, Jasper Philipsen crashed out of the Tour. He had broke his ribs, I think, and some other, so he was, getting back into shape. He's sprinting fine, but the Jasper Philipsen that we know of days of old, the Tour de France shape, Milan-San Remo shape, he would make it to this finish, okay? And then it would be interesting. But he's not that guy right now. So it's going to be a little bit more interesting. And then we had yesterday, you had Vingegaard riding like a Roglic and Tadej of the days of old, getting up there, sprint finishing, portents of things to come. Here we go, 134.6 kilometers, so under 100 miles. And it's like up and down all day. It was something to behold. And we had, here we go. So right away you had 2 guys in the break. But before that, I actually need to see, there were 4 guys up in the break until the Cat 2. Let me see, it was live stats. I think I had it here. Sean Quinn, Ver was up there, Gemper was up there, and there was one other guy, and I don't know, his name slips my mind here, but we don't have it. But anyway, let's go back into the race here. Sean Quinn, the American former national champion, he had in the Basque Country, I think he had a pretty bad wreck last year or so. Actually said he didn't know if he was going to be able to ever race again. Coming back, looking good in the Vuelta. And he's up there with Ver, who's Alessandro Ver for XDS Astana. And he is in the jersey, the mountain jersey, but I think it's actually owned by, at least going into today, owned by Vingegaard Jonas. And he's just aware of this. So they're hitting out. They're going up this Cat 2. Ver is like, I want the points. Absolutely fine. There's about a 2-minute gap. They got rid of Gamper up there, the Jayco rider, and then these two are just going. And then down this descent, Sean Quinn lights it up. He was impressive today in many aspects, okay? Vera is able to stay with him, but they're just extreme, holding off the pack a little bit. Sean Quinn goes through, hits the the points gets the points, intermediate points. So those two are working together. They probably had a conversation of like, Ver, you get the mountain jersey or points. You get that perfectly fine. I wouldn't overtake you anyway. I will get the sprint points and then we'll go on. Okay, so those 1, 2. So there was what, 3 or 4, I think there was 3 bonus points as for time in place. And so Mads Pedersen goes for it. Jonas goes with him. Now, I don't know if Jonas goes with him because I don't know if this is Ciccone up there. You know, we can actually take a look here at the complement on the sprints. Sprint, Sean Quinn, Ver gets it. Mads Pedersen, Vingegaard over Giulio Ciccone. So I think that's why Jonas went, which is, okay, I don't know if those two guys are going for points, times, or what's going on there, but Jonas made, just being attentive. But then the group goes up the front. So Little Trek is on the front all day. Look, we have the red jersey in here with Jonas, but what's the reason for them to do work today? Well, if another team will do it, then do it. Gabriel Zander, or whatever his name is for Little Trek, did a lot of work here. Their whole team on the front looking for that coming in the last, 20 or so kilometers. Chavez blows out his rear wheel. There's no way he's going to be able to get back up to the group. Coming into the last bit, that was the last 30-some kilometers. Other guys got tangled up. Sean Quinn ends up going out solo, gets rid of Ver, and just keeps going on. And he's got like a 20, 30-second lead. He had 30 seconds at 30 kilometers to go. 19 kilometers. He finally, just inside 20, the group waffled him up here. And you can see, look at this here. I don't know why Jonas is on the front. The whole Visma team's there. Then you got Bora. Then you got on the far left, you have UAE. You've got Gall up there for his team, Decathlon. And Little Trek, they're over on the right-hand side, kind of just grouping up there behind Visma Lease Bike. Then they go over to the left. There's a little bit of fun on these roundabouts, but it's really coming into the last few kilometers. And this is what got me. So there was no 3-kilometer rule today, no 5-kilometer rule in effect today, because it's kind of like the Cat 4 mountain finish, which means if you wreck inside that period, you're going to be able to get the time of the group. So you had to worry about that. And maybe I'm like, okay, so maybe that's why Visma. But I'm watching this and I start to see, because Jasper, about the last 15 kilometers, he finally just sat up. He was still there. He just sat up, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Jonas is on the front. He's feeling kind of poppy, quirky here. Maybe he's going to go for it. Maybe this is something for Jonas. Okay. I don't know if he can, especially with Mads, and I don't know how this finishes. But it looked interesting. The whole team was up there for him, looking good. Now let's back up just a little bit. Last night, there was a news story that came out that the Visma Lease Bike team had a break-in, and that they got a bunch of bikes stolen. So they said they still had enough bikes, but then the other team's mechanics came and helped them out. We'll look at some tweets about that kind of stuff. So they're up there, and it's like, that kind of sucks. Okay, now I don't know whose bikes got stolen. Maybe, you don't want Sepp and Matteo and Jonas. You don't want anybody, right? But they typically have enough bikes, so they have spares on there to throw on. So be on the lookout for a yellow Visma Lease bike. Can they lease a bike? I don't know. 2.4 kilometers. You can see this spread all the way across the road, looking good. But the last kilometer, they come into this, and then this thing starts to wind up this hill. No one was really taken to the fore. They had come into this big 180, and coming around the 180, the groups are there. Little Trek is doing everything they can. Ciccone is on the front doing all kinds of work. People are getting spit out the back. Sepp was up there, which was this Zingle? No, I don't know who this is for. Probably Ben Tollett up there for Visma Lease Bike. But always in good position was Jonas, all in red today. Looked really good coming into the finish here. Last few 100 kilometers. That look back, Ciccone still looking good. Mads Pedersen is still on the wheel. Everything's looking dandy. And then they're going to come around this hard right-hand turn. And they said the guy coming through the corner on the right-hand turn is going to win the race. Now I'm like, okay, how quick is it? And this reminded me, this is such crit racing. I don't know if any of these riders had done crits, but I wish some American had been up here who's done this. Sean Quinn, right? Maybe him. Magnus Sheffield, he got kind of spit out. I don't know what happened with him, but this would have been kind of that perfect thing. Bernal's getting kicked out. You could see a gap starting to form here already with Mads Pedersen, Jonas, and Ciccone peels off. Mads is going into this last corner. You've got a movie star rider here. You have Bernal's trying to come up. Gall's out there. David Gaudou's flying up the right-hand side, which is our left here. They come into this last corner, and Mads Pedersen, maybe he had to take it from the front a little too long, and he takes this wide angle around the corner. David Gaudou blows on the inside here, steps on it, and overtakes him for the finish. It was the most amazing thing to see. Another day, and Jonas in third place. Quite the amazing thing. Mads Pedersen, I think here, you can just take a look here. Too much time. They needed to drop him off right before the corner. And actually what you needed to do, you needed to have a teammate up there. You take it wide and then you cut the corner. You actually do a loop. You come into the corner. This is a crit riding for your sprinter stuff. You come into the crit. That's a right-hand corner as an example. You're more on the right-hand side. And right before you get to the corner, you kind of take a loop out and then you cut back in. You can't dive the corners as well for that. And then you would be able to basically seal that off. As it was, you couldn't seal it off. Mads Pedersen taking a little bit too much time, comes in this corner and then opens the door on the inside. Just you can see it's a pretty steep little ramp here. Opens the door on the inside and David Gaudou blows him away. Gets the win. Unbelievable trek on the front all day long and then blows it on the line. Unbelievable. So that's what you have. There you go. So let's take a look at the results on the day. Okay, we saw what the results are, but we're gonna just walk through them. Gaudou, here, no time gaps. They didn't give any time gaps to anybody, but Pedersen, Vingegaard in third, Ciccone. But David Gaudou gets 10-second bonus, 8 for Mads, and 4 for Jonas. So it's tightening up here a little bit. Jorgensen out there in 19th, Sepp Kuss in 30th, but they all looked good. For Kevin Vermark, I actually thought he might have a chance in this today. And then, like I said, Americans race crits, which would have been perfect for them. Matthew Riccatello down here in 61st place, no time lost. But he did get a little bit of time lost from Magnus Sheffield, loses 1:07 on the day. And Sean Quinn probably lost a ton of time. I think he must have sat up. There you go. A few riders. Axel Zingel, you remember yesterday he had the collarbone or dislocated shoulder. He did not start today. Neither did George Arcas. Well, let's take a look here yesterday. I forgot to see who did not finish or whatnot on the stage yesterday. Did we have any non-finishers? Oh, yeah, Guillaume Martin did not finish. Zingel was out there at 24th place. And then, as expected, just not finish today. But the GC, Jonas Vingegaard, same time as David Gaudou, who moves up one place. Ciccone down a place. They swapped there, but he's 8 seconds back, and Ciccone and David Gaudou are even on time. Jonas is doing what he can to keep this thing in perspective here. Jonas is in the lead on the points jersey. He's second place on the KOM. Vere Alessandro, he gets to go up there in that. Sean Quinn moves up into 5th place. The youth jersey for Ayuso and the team's Visma Lisa Bike with a small little lead over Team UAE Emirates. Take a look at the stage profile for tomorrow. There you go. It should be a sprint day. I mean, I know it's Cat 2. Actually, I'm thinking breakaway. And it almost makes me feel bad because Sean Quinn was really strong today. And you're like, this guy's going to be in the break going up here. I just foresee some good stuff from him going forward. And it almost makes me disappointed that he spent so much energy today because it just wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen today. You got your 2-minute lead, but the teams are just barreling down there. And Mads Pedersen, with Trek, doing everything they could to do it. And then he did not come through for them. And they had a chance, had definite chance. And once again, you just open that door. You needed Ciccone to take you all the way to the line and then have him come around you to basically block it off. But as it was, Ciccone got 4th place. Okay. But he got a Cat 3 right out of the gate, a Cat 2, and then a sprint spot way out there at 160 kilometers. This is 206, so it's a longer day in the saddle. There might be enough chance for these riders to the sprinters, Philipsen types, to get over these. I mean, is interesting is this is not the kind of finish that you're going to have contested by Jonas and David Gaudu. So maybe, and sometimes that's when legs are falling off and you've got a little bit of an uphill, you don't want to go messing around with the guys that have a little bit of a sprint who are climbers. Okay, they're just going to overcome, like today. Tomorrow, none of these guys are going to be able to handle what Philipsen, I'm sorry, well, him or Jake Stewart, Ethan, none of these guys are going to be able to handle the big guys or Mads. So I would, while it looks pretty rough to begin with, there's a lot of time to recuperate, to gather yourself up, get yourself back together with your team, and get into the finish. I think this is a chance for Mads to make redemption, and I say Trek needs to go all in for this tomorrow. Wow, that's a long day. Yeah, it's a blind yogi. It is a long day. But not the long. Look, this is what you have, kind of the new development, and especially with the Vuelta we came about with 2013 Formigal stage. Chris Froome ends up losing the Tour that day, 60 kilometers. It was very short, super explosive, and they blew the doors off of everybody. So yeah, you got a 206 kilometer day, but then you got a team time trial, 24 kilometers coming up on Wednesday. Thursday, stage 6, you're going to have, okay, now we got the GC stuff. Then we're looking at Jonas. We're looking at, can Ciccone hang in there? Is David Gaudu going to be doing anything? I don't know. Juan Ayuso, Almeida, those are the guys we're really looking for coming up on the stage 6. Now, I wanted to take a look here. This was some busy mechanics this morning. This was Visma Lisa bike, building new bikes the last 2 nights, theft, at least 2, in less than 2 hours. So they did it. Now here's a nice overhead shot of this finishing corner, and you can see here David Gaudu just demoralizing the whole Trek team. That's pretty. Hey, I don't want all the volume on here. I want to watch this again because they come around this corner, just leaves the corner up, and Mads just takes it too wide. I just think he thinks, oh, I have this in the bag, but then it goes up. I mean, it just David Gaudu coming around that corner. Here's another video you have of it. Comes in one. You're on the tops on the drops, and then David Gaudu just really puts the drop on you. Well, he's on the hoods as well. So I guess that's probably how I'd be sprinting this shit as well. Impressive, yeah. And then he's just all Twitter about it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's pretty solid to see. So anyway, last night our mechanics truck was broken into. Several bikes were stolen. Our mechanics are working hard to ensure that the team is fully prepared for the third stage. The police have launched an investigation into the incident. They might find something. So anyway, that's that quick and easy stage today, at least for reporting on it. Exciting. If you get a chance, I did love to see Sean Quinn out there, and I think it's a chance. I'm really holding out hope for the Americans in this race because I think Sean Quinn has a chance of getting in a breakaway of one of these medium mountain days that he can actually do something when you don't have the the firepower and the impetus of a sprinter's team to be all back there like that, like they were today. That's rough. Tomorrow, it's probably the same thing. So I don't know what the opportunities. I haven't looked at the full route for every stage going forward, but I think there's a chance for him. There's definitely a chance if Jonas starts winning shit and he's way up ahead, you then have a chance where he might say, hey, Jorgensen, take some time. You don't have Taddy here chasing down Matteo. Sepp, he has a chance, so you never know. Magnus, I don't know what's going on with him, and then definitely Riccatello. I think they go up to Angliru. There could be a chance where a Riccatello, the steeper it gets, we saw that last year with some really steep stuff. Riccatello was able to hold it right up there with, what's his name? Roglic. Okay, so here let's take a look at the winning stuff today. Vera gets the KOM. The second sprint was by Sean Quinn. Gaudu gets the second one. Got 2 points for that. Points at the finish. Most combative rider. Sean Quinn does get the most combative rider. What did we have for fines today? Eddie Dunbar, irregular feeding, and Team Jaco Alula, the whole team, irregular feeding as well. All right, well, there you go. That's all we really have for today. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, subscribe. We're coming back every day. We'll do another tomorrow, yeah, we'll definitely do a show tomorrow. Maybe earlier. I'll try to set it out. I'm going to be working from home tomorrow. So we've got that going on for us. Till next time, keep the rubber side down. Is that what they say? I don't know.